we've got 1 week of the NBA season in the bag, and we can concentrate on the top 3 rookies so far in terms of notoriety. Obviously, Wemby, maybe Sunday night didn't go so well, losing by 40, but the game against the Rockets, the flurry against the Mavericks, like Wemby has been electric. Scoot has been, that's a tough start to the season so far. Tough start to the career. Like Scoot, I think has been struggling quite a bit, but I'm still I'm a believer. It hasn't deterred me. Josh, I wanted to ask you, because I'm in Portland. I've been talking to Blazers fans, and they're like, "Oh man, is Scoot gonna be okay?" And I'm like, "It's just a couple of games. He'll be fine." But I actually like him not being great right away in terms of like his production and how he's playing, because I think it like tests him a little bit, right? It tests the resolve. Obviously came through the G League. Like I think he's mature beyond his age, but I like seeing how oh no, it's not easy right away. You gotta figure it out a little bit, and seeing how he responds to that.
Well, I think it's kind of, things are skewed right now because everybody's looking at him and comparing him to Wembanyama.
Right.
And there's Wemby's showing out and showing up. He's playing. What's wrong with Scoot? He's a kid still. Like he's in his first real NBA games. Same with Chet, right? People are comparing him to Chet then because Chet's obviously considered a rookie, but I don't think it's anything to ring alarm bells about. He's 2-3 games into his very first NBA season with a team that doesn't even have an identity yet.
Right.
And I honestly don't know how good Chauncey Billups is as a head coach, but he could be the perfect person for Scoot, because it took Chauncey a while, right? It took him a while to learn how to run an offense. It took him a while to really take charge in NBA. He was a real late bloomer, and I'm not saying Scoot will be. I think he's going to be awesome. I love his talent. I love his size. I love his intellect. I love basically everything about Scoot, everything you hear about his work ethic, everything. But Chauncey, he should be able to connect with a young point guard who, after a few games, it's not going to click for him right away. It's also a really tough situation for Scoot. Anthony Simons is already hurt. They don't have a ton of talent around him. Yep. He's going to be asked to do a lot for them. And that's tough for any young point guard. It takes point guards a long time, a lot of the time.
For sure. And I know he mentioned, he's like, "Oh, I'm not Dame. I'm just trying to be the best Scoot I can be." Yeah. But let's be real. Everybody is looking at that oh, he's got to take over for Dame. Everybody's thinking it. Yeah. Right. Whether or not he wants to admit it, it's in the back of his mind. And Dame's gone. It's Scoot's team now for the future.
It's not
and carry it.
It's not the same 1-to-1 situation, but there's a little bit of an overlap if you think about when the Pelicans moved Anthony Davis and Zion comes in, he's just there right away, right? They're magically winning the number 1 pick that year. What are the odds that they would magically get the number 1 pick?
Jay with the conspiracies, the psyops.
They had to send Anthony Davis to the Lakers, but Zion comes in and he was hurt his a big part of his first year, but when he came in, he was electric, right? It was this stellar performance, and I think that eases a lot of the tension, and everything about him now is just health, and hopefully we don't go through that with Scoot. But with Scoot, you got to fill in for arguably the greatest Blazer ever, right? At the same position, and on a team that is not good. A team that is intentionally not going to be good this year because they're starting a rebuilding, phase. And I don't know. I don't mind seeing that kind of controversy hit him. Not controversy is the wrong word for it, but that kind of challenge hitting him of oh shit, this is hard, and we're gonna see how he responds.